Suribachi. Tokyo, spring 1945. One of the great cities of the world becomes one of the great battlefields of the world. Center and soul of the Japanese war effort, Tokyo is objective number one for strategic air attack by the Allies. From the far-off Marianas, from Guam, from Saipan, from Tinian, come the B-29s, bringing war to the makers of war. Strategic attack. Shatter and destroy transport, industry, communications, resources, manpower. More critical to a country at war than her divisions in the field, her ships at sea, her planes in the air. The great fire raids consume Japan. 66 cities are swept by hurricanes of flame. Fighters from Iwo Jima, rough, tough Mustangs, protect the superforts on their incessant sweeps over Japan, and scourge and strafe as they come and go. Fighters and bombers together destroy 51% of Tokyo, 44% of Yokohama, 26% of Osaka. City after city, raid after raid. Base, 1,400 miles from Tokyo to the Marianas, a distance that would mean death for the cripples, were it not for the emergency landing strip on Iwo Jima. Without a haven midway, without the protection of the fighters to beat off the Japanese, the raids would be impossible. Iwo Jima is the haven. B-29s wounded over Japan come limping in to safety, to refuge. Before the war is done, 25,000 American airmen will owe their lives to Iwo Jima. And in the shadow of Mount Suribachi are based the rough, tough Mustangs that guard the bombers on their way to Tokyo. Iwo Jima, the indispensable island. But before Iwo Jima, over the limitless wastes of the Pacific, on 100 islands behind Iwo, a different war had to be waged before Iwo could be reached. The campaign of staging and supply in a twilight zone which was neither combat nor peace. Only a fraction of the millions in uniform ever fired a shot in anger. For them, World War II was routine monotony from morning till night. Day in and day out, week in and week out, month in and month out, year in and year out. sporadically back and forth on routine, unspectacular missions. Cargo ships, called by their crews buckets or sieves, kept island tied to island, linking rear area bases to war ahead, to peace at home. If the dreary role of these ships and sailors demanded that they do that and this and that, they nevertheless executed their dull jobs. The South Sea Islands. Exotic, magic, fragrant. Land of mystery and romance. Ulithi and Majuro. Los Negros and Markmak. Funafuti and Numi. Tonga Tabu and Efate. But when the GIs arrived, the islands became something else again. A land of horseshoes and horseplay. Beer and baseball. Jive and jazz. Task groups gathered as the waning days of the war called for yet more fire, yet more blood on a yet more distant island. From rear bases long since forgotten by all except those who were stationed there, the convoys continually moved off toward the destiny of history. In the Pacific were fought against the Japanese. There were other terrors to face, and none was worse than an angry sea, lashed by typhoons. Eternal Father, strong to save, whose arm hath bound the restless wave, who bids the mighty ocean deep its own appointed limits keep. Oh, hear us when we cry to thee, for those in peril on the sea. According to the Marines, the South Pacific is the only place in the world where you can stand up to your waist in mud and have dust blow in your eyes. Always certain. However bad any given island may have been, the next was sure to be worse. But the men who were ordered to take Iwo Jima in February 1945 could not know that the worst of all lay ahead. the ships converged on Iwo Jima. The voyage was long, tedious, interminable. The men relaxed and waited, as best they knew how. Iwo Jima, 8 square miles of reeking volcanic ash on the doorstep to Tokyo. 7 battleships, 4 heavy cruisers, 15 destroyers take up position, clamping a ring of floating artillery around the tiny island, picking their targets, finding the range. February 1945. All the guns and all the ships prepare for 72 hours of furious, continuous, unbroken barrage. The most concentrated naval bombardment of World War II. have little choice except to take Iwo Jima by force of arms, by character and courage. There is no room for surprise and maneuver, only headlong assault. Ashore, 23,000 Japanese soldiers are dug deep in the most formidable defenses the Marines have ever encountered. The island is a solid mass of underground fortifications, impregnable against bombardment. They can be destroyed only by force of arms, by character and courage. Of Mount Suribachi, which dominate the entire island, the Japanese zero in their artillery on the landing beaches, pinning the Marines to the shore in an avalanche of fire and steel, paralyzing any advance, threatening obliteration. For help, for support, go out to the carriers offshore. In combat information centers, all available planes and pilots are prepared to answer the pleas from a beachhead in hell. Winged sailors fly to the aid of earthbound Marines. 'By character and courage. More reserves, more supplies, more Americans spill into the slaughterhouse that is Iwo Jima and claw their way toward their target, Suribachi. While the mountain remains Japanese, the island remains invincible. 5,000 American Marines will die before Iwo Jima falls. But in the bloody bookkeeping of war, the price will be balanced by the 25,000 American airmen whose lives the island will save. One man will die today to save 5 who will live tomorrow. 556 feet, Suribachi towers above the island of Iwo Jima. 556 feet, the Marines fight their way upward. 556 feet from disaster to victory. When freedom from her mountain height unfurled her standard to the air, she tore the azure robe of night and set the stars of glory there.